Hi guys, so I'm here with my August 2014 reading wrap up. I'm sorry, I'm kind of back to recording on my computer. My iPad just wasn't having any of it. And with this video, instead of splitting them up into the physical books and the Kindle books that I read, I am just going to tell you the books that I read this month in the order that I read them. The first book that I read was Simple Perfection by Abby Glines. This is the sequel to Twisted Perfection. This was, okay, a good read for me, but it wasn't as good as the other Abby Glines books that I have read. I just found that it was just overly dramatic. A simple misunderstanding blew like everything out of proportion. It was ridiculous. And then sort of like a big plot twist towards the end I didn't really appreciate, but it was still okay, and I gave it 3 out of 5. The next book that I read was Relentless Liberation. That was by L.J. Fine, and it was one that I requested on NetGalley. It was okay. It was kind of an adult romance slash erotic novel, and it was okay. It was a little oversimplified, but it wasn't too bad, and it was just a quick read. I read it in like a day. That sort of got me over a reading slump, and I gave that one 3 out of 5. The next one that I read was A Dark and Brooding Gentleman by Margaret McPhee. I mention her a lot on my channel because she is one of my favourite Regency romance authors. Sorry, and I really enjoyed this one. It's not my favourite by her. That one would probably still be Mistaken Mistress. It's probably my favourite of hers. But I enjoyed this one and I gave it 4 out of 5. Then the next one that I read was on my Kindle, and that was Upside Down by Leah Riley. Had a few issues with this one. I have written a blog review which kind of explains my feelings a bit better, so if I remember to, I will link it in the description box below. But my main issues with this one was that the writing felt very immature. Sort of the main character, I can't even remember her name. Sometimes like her jokes and her thought process, just the way they were like written, came across as very, very childish, and I didn't really appreciate that at all, considering it was supposed to be a new adult novel. The romance between the two protagonists I didn't felt worked very well. I didn't even think they worked very well as friends, let alone as a romance. And then my other issue was that the guy's point of view, Bran, we had it maybe like 3 times in the novel. Now, I'm of the opinion, make it one or the other. We either have his point of view way more often than that, perhaps in alternating chapters, or even like every 2 or 3 chapters. But it wasn't even that. It was just stuck in there at really random points, and I didn't really like that either. So I gave it 2.5 out of 5, and like I say, I could kind of explain my thoughts much better in my blog review. The next book that I read was The Silver Linings Playbook by Matthew Quick. I'm a big fan of the movie, so I thought I would finally read the book. I didn't actually enjoy this as much as the movie. It was still pretty funny in places. I did kind of like the voice of Pat and the way it was written, but I just didn't quite enjoy it as much as the movie, so I gave this one 3 out of 5. But it was good, but I think the movie is better. And the next book that I read was also on my Kindle, and it was called Seducing Lauren by Kristen Proby. This is the second book in her Love Under the Big Sky series. I read Loving Kara, the first one, last year, and I liked it, but I didn't like it as much as her With Me in Seattle series. This one I enjoyed much more. Very quick, very light, romantic read that I just flew through. Really, really enjoyed it. Is it believable? Not really, but did I enjoy it anyway? Yes, I did. it was just perfect light read, and I really enjoyed it, and I gave it 4 out of 5. The next book that I read was Lola and the Boy Next Door by Stephanie Perkins. It's taken me quite a while to get around to reading this. I read Anna and the French Kiss a little while ago now, and I really enjoyed Anna and the French Kiss. So because I thought Isla was coming out, I would pick this one up finally. And I didn't enjoy this one as much as Anna and the French Kiss. I didn't really connect to Lola. Her idea that costume, you know, is a way of life. She doesn't believe in fashion, she believes in costume. I found her really immature. I found her dishonest, and I mean, a character can be flawed, but I just didn't connect to her. I didn't get her attraction to cricket. I didn't understand at all, really. Yeah, it just didn't work for me in the same way that Anna did, which I was really kind of disappointed about. So yeah, I didn't really enjoy this one as much as I was hoping to, and I gave this one 2.5 out of 5, which really like hurts me, but I just didn't connect with this one very well at all. And the next one that I read was the New Moon graphic novel volume 1. I was kind of in a reading slump by this point, and I had no idea what I wanted to read. So I thought, you know what, I'll read a graphic novel, maybe that will help kickstart something. Read this and didn't enjoy this one as much as the Twilight graphic novel. I mean, it's so short, it's actually pathetic. They could have just made New Moon into just one volume. This is just pathetic. Why do this? Or at least make it thicker. And it's just, it ends abruptly. I felt like it jumped as well. Sorry. I feel like it jumped scenes really quickly and didn't actually transition very well. But I really do like the illustrations in this. I feel like they are really good. Let me just find one. I think the artwork is really nice. And I've never lied to you guys, I am a Twilight fan. I've read things that I've liked more since I've read Twilight, but in my heart I still love Twilight. But I didn't love this one as much as the Twilight graphic novel. The next books that I read I actually borrowed from my brother. I read volumes 1 and 2 in the Walking Dead series. Again, I had no idea what I wanted to read, and so I just saw these and I grabbed them. Really enjoyed them both. I've watched the first series of The Walking Dead, but I haven't watched any more than that. So yeah, I really enjoyed these. I gave them both 4 out of 5 stars. And then the next book that I read I actually listened to, and that is The Fault in Our Stars audio. This is the one that you can order from dftba.com because it's not read by Kate Rudd, who narrates the ordinary audio. This is the one actually read by John Green himself. These are limited, I think, to 3,000 copies every time it comes out. I don't know if they plan to release it again, but after the last time they released it, I missed out and I was desperate to get my hands on it. I don't normally listen to audiobooks. I really struggle to listen to audiobooks. I find that they read too slowly for me. No matter what time of the day that I try listening to them, they end up putting me to sleep. But because I already knew that I loved The Fault in Our Stars and I already loved John Green's voice, I put this on and oh my god, I literally wanted to do nothing all day but just sit and listen to John Green read to me. I loved his voice reading. I loved that because he wrote the book, he kind of knows where to put the emphasis and how to stress certain words, certain phrases, and it was just absolute perfection. It made The Fault in Our Stars even better for me. It was already amazing, and he just made me love it that little bit more, which I didn't think I could love it anymore, but I actually do love it that little bit more now that I've had it read to me. It was absolutely fantastic. I suggest that if you can still get this, that you do, because it's absolutely amazing. I've actually now got it on my iPod, so I can listen to it all of the time. Obviously I'm not going to listen to it all of the time, but it'll be a bit more convenient, because I listen to this actually in the discs, and I get public transport to work every day, so it's nice knowing the next time that I want to reread it, I can just put it on my iPod and not have to worry about discs. But it was brilliant, and it actually comes with like little extra goodies, like they're all stuck in here now, which is typical. It comes with a Hectic Glow wristband and a fake Hectic Glow ticket and some postcards, which is a nice touch. But I think there's even badges in here as well, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, there's some stickers and some badges. So I just loved this. This was my favourite book of the month, without doubt. It was fantastic, and I loved the book all over again because of that. And the last book that I read in August was Walking Disaster by Jamie Maguire, and I didn't really enjoy this book. I read Beautiful Disaster in January this year, I want to say, and I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. I was on the fence about it. This one actually made me wonder why I was on the fence about Beautiful Disaster. This is the story told from Travis's point of view, and I just didn't enjoy it. Most of the story is literally just like reading Beautiful Disaster. It's like it doesn't matter that it's in his point of view. It is literally just like rereading it. And I didn't understand Travis, really. Like, one moment he was saying, oh, I just want to be friends with Abby, I'm not worthy of her. The next moment he was saying, I want to be worthy of her. Pick a side, man. Pick a side. Don't mess me around. I just felt like most of the book was just that, and I didn't really appreciate it, really. The little extra sort of at the ending that you see into their future, it was just like alright, but it wasn't like anything particularly special. Really didn't enjoy this one very much, and you can tell I didn't enjoy it very much because it took me a week to read. That is not like me at all. It was actually while I was reading this that I had to stop, that I had to pause reading it and read like The Walking Dead and listen to The Fault in Our Stars audio, because this just wasn't doing anything for me, and I was just like, I want to be reading, but I don't want to be reading this. So I read other things whilst I was reading it. So this only got 2 out of 5 stars. That is everything that I read in August. If you've read any of these books yourselves, let me know in the comments below, or if they appeal to you, also let me know. I love to get a discussion going, and I will see you guys soon. Happy reading.